Welcome back to Breaking Chains and Building Dreams. I'm JC, and today I want to share it's really a personal and transformative story, to tell you the truth. It's a little, it's about the first time Beth and I decided to go to church. This is right after COVID happened. We had been, on lockdown for a while, and I was battling out all this stuff from years and years and years of just seeing and doing. And I believe there was a fight for my soul at that moment. That's how I feel, because this journey to church wasn't just a drive, it was a battle, and it opened up my eyes to a spiritual reality that I was blind to. I call it Jesus blind. So let's dive in. It was Sunday morning, and Beth and I had decided to go to church for the first time together. We had been through hell the past 2 years. I had put her through hell. I was to the point of, honestly, just taking my own life or going back to prison for something really bad. My anger was through the roof. My thinking process, everything was, I'm very high alert, very almost like I was on my last stages of my life. I had recently got on my knees and, I had experienced a transformation in my heart. There's no other way to explain it. That day, I pretty much had a heart transplant, and I started to think different. As we got into the Range Rover, there was a mix of anticipation and nerves in me. We were gonna drive down the same highway that we drove down for years going to work. But I felt a sense of hope and excitement because, this church that we were going to, this was the church that my father used to go to when he lived here in Phoenix. And this was the church that wrote to me while I was fighting my case in Florence. Fire and Water. It's on Roosevelt and right before the bridge. So I wanted to go there because I felt like I had to go there first, on this new walk I was in. We were driving and we were jamming out to Christian music, after I got on my knees and things changed for me. I stopped listening to a lot of music. I stopped watching a lot of things. I started making changes in my life. I wanted to be a good, God-fearing man. The music was loud. We were dancing. We were happy. As we approached our exit right on McDowell off the I-51, something strange happened. There was a black car that started pulling up next to me. And you could hear the motor. Like it was a souped up Camaro. But it was all blacked out. You couldn't see inside the windows. You couldn't see I mean, I couldn't even see the windshield when he got in my rear mirror. And it got right next to me. It started to match my speed right next to me. And at first I thought, oh, okay, at that moment, we were driving a all blacked out Range Rover. And it was turbocharged. But every time I tried to move, the car would speed up or slow down, like blocking me, my path to try and get off. It felt like intentional, but I was in such a mood that I really didn't notice, so I kept doing it. But it felt almost like they were trying to keep us from reaching our destination. I started to get frustrated because I realized we were going to miss our exit. And we did miss our exit. For some reason, listening to that exit felt more than just a coincidence. I started to think of an unseen battle we face every day. We often believe our struggles are purely physical, but the experiences made me realize that a spiritual war is going on that we don't see, and we can't see it sometimes. I call it being Jesus blind. We're fighting a battle in the flesh, but the real war is spiritual. As the car pulled off and let me get into the right-hand lane to get into the I-10 exit, I'll never forget the name on the license plate. I looked over at my wife and I had to ask if this was like real. I wasn't scared though, even though I knew who that person was. I shouldn't say even person, but I knew who that was in that black car. Since that day, my journey has been about strengthening my faith and becoming more aware of those spiritual battles we face. I try to keep it to myself because then people think I'm crazy. It's been a very humbling experience, but also empowering to know that that's how much God cares about me. Knowing that there's more at play than what we see has given me a new perspective on life and the challenges we encounter on a daily basis picking up our crosses. If you were to tell this story to someone that is not spiritually open, they'll think you're crazy. They'll think that you're making it up. But if you tell this story to a God-fearing man, you'll know that there's a spiritual battle going on. It's why we have to remain faithful and keep moving forward. That day I looked over at Beth and I said, was that real? Did that just happen? Was that just what I thought it was? And my wife confirmed it. You are important to God. Every hair on your head was counted and you were named before you were even born. If you are feeling blocked or facing obstacles that seem unmeasurable, remember that there might be more at play than you realize. Stay strong, keep faith, and know that you're not alone in your struggles. Sometimes the biggest battles are the ones we can't see, but with faith, perseverance, we can overcome them. Thank you for listening to Breaking Chains and Building Dreams. I hope this story resonates with you and it just gives you some insight into the unseen battles we face. Remember, God loves you. He is in your life every day. He is part of it. You have nothing to lose. Just get on your knees and talk to him. Remember, stay strong, stay faithful, keep moving forward. Until next time, stay inspired and keep dreaming big. My name is JC and I am Wrong Too Strong. Let's go, Jesus.